All right, here we go. It's part 2 for Greg Guy for upgrading to Windows 11 on his son's computer, and then also a remote support session with Commendatore. And I haven't seen him in chat yet, and he might be coming in as Petra Magdat or Novak. And we're going to be helping him with a Bluetooth keyboard issue. That's the plan. I have a plan. And you know, when Doug makes a plan, Microsoft and HP and YouTube laugh. Okay. So I have Greg Guy in Zoom, and we have the remote connection to his computer. We're going to get right into the Windows 11 upgrade, and he has a camera on today, so I'm going to try bringing him up on Zoom and see if I can get to my buttons and things arranged properly fairly well. And I think I need to change sides with him. There it is. That's pretty quick. Yeah. Hello, Greg. You can unmute yourself. Hi there. So for those who might be wondering, we do have virtual memory re-enabled on the computer. And so we'll come over to I'm going to minimize the Zoom and the chat window on his computer, then bring it up on screen here and pop this out big so I can seize it better, which that button's here somewhere. I know it is. Indeed, I know it. Where did I put that button? Oh, there it is. Yeah, there we go. So I can see it nice and big. Last week we set up the did a conversion from MBR to GPT. It turned out to be probably the most difficult conversion that I've ever come across, but we got it done. And let's go to Windows 11. Download media creation tool. It does all kinds of different searches is going to get you to the right place. So support.microsoft create installation media. That one's fine. Going to get us eventually the same thing. You might one of those might get you to the end point quicker. So we have Windows 11 selected here. Download Windows 11 site. We're going to do the health check. What do they call it? Installation assistant. Yeah, which doesn't work on ARM base. That's okay. We don't need that. Best option for installing Windows 11 on the device you're currently using. Click download now to get started. Before you begin using Installation Assistant, this is a expandable button here. You click on that. You'll see what else it tells us about the requirements here. We're going to go straight to the download now, which is going to be the downloading assistant, which is going to check and make sure that we are capable of installing Windows 11, upgrading to Windows 11. I should say this is an in-place upgrade. All the programs and data will still be intact. So there it has finished the download. I'll click on Open File. And then you read through all that stuff and say accept and install. There's a little something there about a home mortgage or something or other. I don't know. So that's starting the download. Now I'm going to start talking to Commendatore. Are you in chat? Commendatore. Looking over at the chat window. I do not have that feature I used to have that only allowed approved people in chat. So anybody should be able to chat. And I do not see him. I sent him a link for today's show so that he could see the correct time zone. for his area, which he is Netherlands, near Amsterdam, outside of Amsterdam. Elizabeth Menor, it's recommended to take a backup. We made a full image backup last week. Greg, do you think there's been significant data work on this computer since then? Yeah, yeah. But it's a good thing to mention that, Zvi, for the purpose of somebody else who might be watching the video. And last week we did we downloaded an image backup software that was free, and we did a full image backup. So if you are somebody watching this video and needing to do a full image backup, you can go look at last week's video to see how to do that. So now step 3 of 3, installing. And I'm ready to bet, I will wager this pin that everything's going to go smoothly today. Yes, you're right. It was a bet. The backup was of the MBR, not of the GPT partition. So if worse came to worse and we had to restore that, we would be restoring an MBR partition, which not be ideal. Rand says can't hear Greg, so I'm going to go fix that. I'll go to my audio sources scene, which you're now going to see me on that screen, which did not used to be the case. I had explained to you, don't panic. It's okay. And so that was going to be Zoom audio. So Greg, can you give them an audio check now and see if they can hear you?
Sure, we can do another backup if you want.
No. I didn't say backup. I said audio check. I just wanted for you to say something so that they could verify they can hear you now. And Jeff Bryman got a little chuckle out of me, not quite enough to get points. Not always being able to hear Greg's TV. Are you actually at your home or your son's home?
No, he moved in with me.
Oh, he lives there with you. All right.
Yeah, I'm in the finished basement area.
All right. So I got a yes to the audio from Zvi. So what we could do while we're waiting for the next step is have somebody set up the topic 1. If you type 1 space and then in quotes, either like Greg Guy or Windows 11 upgrade, and put an end quote on it, that will title this topic. And then while we're at it, setting up topics, I would appreciate if somebody would do 2, the number 2 space, and within quotes, Bluetooth. That'll be sufficient for Commendatore's issue if he shows up. 74%. So let's see, I'm going to go to my email. Hello, Unbothered Avocado. Is that Jamie? Do I remember the name right?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, there it is. It looks like we got some topics. Let me go check on that. Topic 1 says untitled. So that one's not titled yet. Topic 2 is titled. And Arnold tried, but didn't get it because he didn't put that in quotes. So I'm going to move down to Ken Stout and give him 1,000 points for naming that topic. Back to topic 1, it is still not titled. Okay, let's see where we're at with this percentage, 76%. I see Darren, I see Londog, Ken Stout, Alice, Lee Huxham. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. And Bill's here. Rick Lakes, hello. Domain 2000, Jeff Ryman. Ran Israel. Greg M. Philstad. Selden Ball. Josh Kinder. Okay. I heard some more ka-chings and did not see message. What does that mean? Yeah, here we go. So Greg Guy's Windows 11 upgrade we've got titled. And it looks like that was Wintermute. Throw 1,000 points to Wintermute. Thank you. So Zavi Menors did not work because he wasn't the first one. And same with Randy Israel and Selden Ball. But thank you, gentlemen, for coming in with that. Now, if you were to come in with that before I asked for it, then you beat everybody else for sure. Let's see what's going on with topic 2. All right, so now I need to clear all those off. Go check on Greg's computer. Well, now this is Installation Assistant. Did I speak that? Gentlemen, you're going to need to catch me on this if I said that wrong earlier. I thought the path that I took was going to do that health check first. I never do that because the computers that I'm installing on, I'm always very intimately familiar with that. Did I miss that, or did it do it so quick that I didn't realize it?
I don't think it has.
I didn't see it do a health check,
Yeah.
but it looks like it's actually installing now. Now, if I minimize this, let's see what this says down here. There's that. Oh, over here. Yeah. Okay. This makes the screen big. You guys didn't see any change with that button that I just pressed. To begin, check to see if following conditions apply. You have a Windows 10 or 11 license, yes. Your PC must have Windows 10 version 2004 or higher. Good grief, that's really old. Your PC must have 9 gigabytes of free disk space to download Windows 11. Yeah, let's go have a look while we're going through this, and we'll
Just
just
have 125 gigabytes of free space because I cleaned everything up Friday.
Yeah, this is showing 100 gigabytes here. Free.
That should be
So
plenty.
100 is more than 9, but I might turn over to my calculator to make sure that that is a higher number. No. Your PC meets the Windows 11 device specifications for upgrade requirements and support features. Certain features require additional hardware. We also recommend that you visit your PC's manufacturer. Now, this is a wording here that could be taken 2 ways, because this might be read as a note saying your PC meets the Windows 11 device specifications. Congratulations. But no, we're in a section here that says before you begin using Installation Assistant, check to see the following conditions apply to you. Are they saying this is one of the conditions that we're supposed to check? I'm not certain what they mean by that. Certain features require additional hardware. We also recommend that you visit your PC manufacturer's website for information about updated drivers and hardware compatibility. After you download the Installation Assistant, select Run. We've already done that. You need to be an administrator, run the tool. Once the tool confirms the hardware device is compatible. So it has done that. I didn't see anything that really said that. Maybe I just wasn't, I didn't really read through the screens very well, right? So I think it did say that. Once the tool is ready, click Restart Now button to complete installation on your computer. It might take some time to install Windows 11. Your PC will restart a few times. Make sure you don't turn off your PC. Note, Windows 11 Installation Assistant doesn't run on ARM-based PCs. Yeah. Now, this section down here is oftentimes what I'm using to create Windows 11 installation media, but even more so than that, I'm most commonly on the computers that I'm very familiar with is I will download the ISO image and then open it from the download and just run the setup.exe from there. But by doing that, I am skipping this process where it checks to make sure that that we have all of the qualifications met. That's what happens in this section. I just probably didn't read through well enough. Now let's go Alt-Tab to get back to the installation. And interesting, I don't see it. Let's minimize applications that are open. Where did it go? I couldn't have canceled it by doing that. And it can't be installed without a restart. So this should still show that we're Windows 10, 22H2, Windows 10 Home more specifically. Maybe I just need to wait. Maybe it's working on something. It was doing an installation, not a download. Let's see, we got a VPN. Is that deactivated?
I'm not sure. No, I don't even think that's turned on.
All right. I don't think a VPN would be preventing anything from happening. I'm going to try right click on the taskbar. See if I can see what is happening in processes. CPU is already sorted in descending order. Modem, modern setup host. Oh, no, not modem, modern. So that'd be that sounds like the Windows upgrade. So it looks like it's in process, showing some numbers. I think it's cooking. Task Manager might provide some, Selden Ball says. I think he probably put that chat message in before I went there. Let's see, is there anything else that I could do here that would be interesting? File location for modern host setup, setup host, it's inside Windows, whatever that designation is. Sources, yeah, this looks like the Windows 11 upgrade in progress. Hello, John Rogers. If anybody sees Commendatore or Petra Magdat or Pavel Novak in chat, please get my attention for that. I'm going to check and see if he's trying to connect remotely. No. Ken Stout says he is here. All right. Oh, Petra Magnet. There he is. Says, sorry, I'm a bit late. Okay. Welcome, Petra Magnet, Commendatore, Pavel. Bring that up and go check his chat message. So you can use you can go ahead and use the links commendatory that I gave you in the email to start the remote session. He's not going to be coming in on Zoom. So we're going to be working on his issue remotely. And while you're doing that commendatory, I'm going to start introducing the audience to the issue. He's got a new HP all-in-one and a keyboard that works off of a dongle or off of Bluetooth. And when operating Bluetooth, there are features available that he doesn't have when he's using the dongle. So he wants the Bluetooth working, and the Bluetooth is not communicating with the HP something or other controlling software. And my research through AI says that the keyboard needs a firmware update, that this is a known issue. So that's a synopsis of it. Oh, I see him coming in now. And I'm starting the session. You'll get a few prompts, commendatory, that you need to just click the affirmative choice, allow or yes, whatever the choices are that are presented to you. Select the affirmative choice. And oh, my Gemini is signed out. Google is so difficult. Here we get to the walkthrough instructions for it. One more button for the remote session. Yeah, I'm looking. I had this set up at just the right place, and then I had to end up having to restart Baby Beast. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's a process that I think we're going to be going through. And seeing, let's see, okay, Greg is watching the YouTube video, and that's fine. And I'm going to switch. Oh, no, that wasn't Greg. That was commendatory screen that I saw. Yeah, Greg, you can watch the YouTube video while that installation's still running, or watch that on another computer if you choose to. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and mute yourself until we're ready to come back to you, okay?
All right.
Thank
Seems
you.
like it's taken an awful long time to install.
It does feel that way, but it does still show numbers changing on the modern setup host. So if that freezes, then we'll do something else. And I'm guessing that just because I was looking at some other screens, that's how we lost the window that was showing us the progress.
Okay.
But so I'm not too worried about that right now. We'll just let it run. Okay, now let's get back to commendatory's computer. Bring that up full screen. And then commendatory, if you haven't figured this out already, you're going to be hearing me over the YouTube video delayed in a delay from what you're seeing me do on your computer. And there I got the remote session. So I'm going to minimize your YouTube screen and minimize your browser. And then I think we'll be ready to bring your computer up on screen. Okay, here his screen comes up. All right, this is commendatory's computer. And currently the keyboard, and Pavel, you're going to need to respond to me in chat on some of my questions. Let me know in chat, just with an exclamation mark, why is, do you currently have the dongle plugged in? Let's see, I'm going to go here to, I'm going to right click on the Wi-Fi simply because that's a way to get to network settings. We're going to be dealing with the language here. There's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth over on the left, and we're going to turn Bluetooth off. I'd like to get a confirmation that he's got the dongle connected first. Let's see, it mentions HP Accessories Center because I wasn't coming up with that. Oh, he's doing some clicks. Oh, that's right. He can't respond to me in chat if I've got his YouTube minimized. Dongle is off from the keyboard. Dongle is in. Okay. So then I'm going to Alt Tab. When I want him to speak in chat, I'll just Alt Tab over, and also I'm going to pop out his chat. Since we know that trick around here, I'll pause the video. He can't hear me while that's paused, and pop out chat, this one, because of that arrow. Okay, then I resumed his video so he can hear me, and then make his chat bigger. And then to get him caught up, I'll do, what is it, Shift plus? All right, I just clicked the live button. Okay, commendatory, I just clicked the live button to bring you up to speed. I have popped out your chat and made it big so that we can switch over to your chat window when I want you to reply in chat without us having to get that picture-in-picture effect of YouTube. So now that we've got confirmation that his dongle's in place, we're going to turn Bluetooth off. Okay. Now, commendatory, I'd like you to go ahead and just type something in chat, maybe type hello or something to be sure that your keyboard is functional. And it takes, there's a little bit of a delay before he hears me make that request. So there I saw him move the mouse down there and click. Just type any old something. I'm not seeing it yet, so that might mean that he's not being able to type, which implies to me that the USB dongle is not working. I think that keyboard has buttons on, I know it has buttons on the in the top. You might have to press the one that shows the dongle. I'm going to bring up pictures of that so that you can see. And of course, in order to do that, I'm going to have to bring the video back on for him. And go find that. I've got two resources here to show the audience so that you understand the equipment that he's dealing with. Okay, there he's got it. He says keyboard dongle I pressed. Now keyboard works now. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to pop over here and show the audience what the keyboard is that he's dealing with. It's this HP 970 programmable wireless keyboard. And right in here, you can see there's a button there for the dongle and a button for Bluetooth 1 and a button for Bluetooth 2. And the computer he's dealing with, where did that go? I thought I opened that. I had that open on Baby Beast earlier, so I'm going to come down here to my history and go to the Baby Beast history and go to, oh, I know, I do have it. It's on a YouTube video. This right here from Best Buy. I couldn't even find it on HP's website. I'll show you what the computer looks like. So here it's an all-in-one computer, and you see the keyboard there has a touchpad built into it. It has the legs built into it that you just saw, and then in a moment you're going to see the handle. So this is very conveniently, there's the touchpad. It's built into the keyboard. It's very easy to move this computer, hence the name of the model is all-in-one move. It's part of the name of the model. In a moment, you're going to see that she puts the keyboard into this pouch on the back, and then you'll see the handle that's built onto the back of the monitor, and you can just carry it around. Really nice, slick design. I like that. Have not seen that before. So that's what he's got. Now, let's go back to, oh, I know what I want to go back to, is the instructions. So disable Bluetooth, we just did that. So it doesn't try to auto-connect via the old one. Plug in the receiver, which is done. Switch the keyboard channel, press the dedicated USB receiver button on the keyboard, which I just showed, and I think he's already done that since he is able to type. Usually the button with the little dongle icon distinct from the Bluetooth 1 and 2 channels. Yes, so we saw that. Open HPAC, the HPAC Accessory Center. The software should immediately detect the keyboard via the dongle and then push the update. This gets the firmware update. Now, I already sent these instructions to Commendatore. He replied with an email saying he tried this and it didn't work. Now, I don't know what didn't work about it, but I didn't bother asking him about that because we need to actually go through the steps ourselves. So then HPAC. So let's switch back to his computer. Make sure I've got his computer there. Minimize the chat. And then Windows key. Let's see, HPAC. Will I get that lucky? No. HP app. That's HP Accessories Center. How about this way? We're looking to see if it's already there. That looks like it's already there. That could be a search results though. Add new device. Okay, so that's there. It's the 970 if memory serves right. Dual device mode 490. Yeah, I'm sure I'm remembering that right, but yes, there it is. I had to go check anyway, because you know me. Don't trust my memory. Select a new device. Oop. Okay, so here we're seeing the 970 with the dongle. This is the 970 with the dongle. There's a USB receiver showing there. Double checking my instructions. Should immediately detect the keyboard via the dongle. Yes. Push the update. Navigate to settings, updates, check now. Do this drop down, see if we get settings, updates. See, I don't know what that says. Let's see how quickly I can get to. Can I change to English from his taskbar? Does he have that? None of those. Can somebody give me the command for switching keyboard language? All right, I'll do it this way. And I'm going to dictate it. How do I change the Windows language to English? Comment tutorial, if you already know how to do that, you could go ahead and grab the mouse and do that. How to change Windows display language. Windows key I on the keyboard. Navigate language settings. All right. I don't see him moving, so, oh yeah, he is. He is going there, so he'll just show us that. And there's up at the top right, it looks like. Searching for English. Scrolling down to United States and accepting that. Doing an installation there, has to download that update apparently. All right, we'll check in on Greg's computer while that's going. And see that modern setup host, we still have numbers changing here on that. Power usage very high. Does feel like it's taken a significant amount of time, but that just might be because we are sitting here trying to watch a pot of water boil. Okay, so we'll let that continue running. Back to Commendatore's computer and still downloading the language. An alternative that I could have used for this would have been to do screen captures and paste those into Gemini and ask Gemini which is the right one to click on. And it would probably, I haven't tried this, would probably give me the, I guess that's Dutch, isn't it? The spelling of the button that I need to click on. So I'm going to come up here to this button up here. I didn't see him go to that. He chose this Microsoft Store apps. I thought he clicked on that Microsoft Store apps button. I don't know if that's needed. Wouldn't this just switch right here to English? I'm clicking on it. And And this Ital and region, what that means? I'm gonna go back to the previous screen. No, still hasn't switched to English. Hello, Jenny B. All right, I'm gonna go take a look at something else while that's running. Let's see what the instructions were telling us about changing the language. Check current installed languages. So it looks like English was not installed, but it was on that drop-down menu. Maybe it's been added to that drop-down menu by virtue of the installation that's running right now. That option may change regional settings. Okay, things like money symbols and time symbols, things like that. Perhaps is what he means. Excuse me. Add English as a new language. Type English into the search bar. I saw him do that. I saw him select the English United States. Crucial step on the next screen, make sure the box next to set as my Windows display language is checked. Okay, so if we don't do that, and that's going to be on the next screen. So you see several regional variations. Select the preferred one and click next. I believe he did click next. On the next screen, make sure the box next to set as my Windows display language is checked. Wonder if we haven't done that yet. My Windows display language. So I don't recognize it there. So I'm going to do a screen capture of this and paste that into Gemini, and then Windows key H to dictate. Is the button to click on for set as my Windows display language shown on this screen? Can you give me the spelling of the way that option is displayed right now? You don't have to be good grammar or English or even good logic, as I demonstrated there. It's on Dutch. Xander Vanderhoven, hello there. Based on the screen setting, the setting has already been selected. Here's exactly what you're looking at on this screen in Dutch. The drop-down menu for Windows display language is spelled Windows Weergrave, yeah, whatever. If you look to the right of that, it's already set to English. So that's when I think when I made that change. Is that still download portions of the, I didn't get enough of that. Let's go see what that one is. Is that here? Yeah. Is that still download portions of the keyboard files? Yeah, I think it's still downloading what it needs to accomplish this, although it doesn't look like it's making much progress. Like that never happens in Windows, right? Where these progress graphs just stop right at the same exact place. Xander Vanderhoven is saying it's on Dutch. Although up here it says English. Oh, that's a restart. Ugh, I just restarted his computer. All right. We'll get her back. Very quickly, as a matter of fact. It's already coming back. Here's his desktop. Now let's see. What is that? Windows key I get settings. Might not be completely started yet. There we go. Bluetooth. Let's see. We still have wrong language. Office language preferences, not what I want. That's where we were recently. Oh, I got the wrong mouse. See some Bluetooth stuff down there. See English here. I think I bet he canceled the restart. That was really cool. Oh, here it is. Region, Netherlands. But that should still allow English for the region. That shouldn't be the Windows language. Let's see, Windows WEER up here. Yeah, this is the one. If you look to the right, I've set to link. Because it's already been selected from the dropdown, Windows now waiting for the user to sign out to apply the new language. So you have to sign out to apply the new language. The button he needs to click right now to finish applying the English language is the sign out button at the right side of the screen, which is spelled Afmelden. English language sign out button on the right side of the screen. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it said previously, and now it's got a different word here. This item right here says, once he clicks Afmelden, that'll sign him out. When he signs back in, the Windows menu will be in English. Oh, this is progressing now. I want to know what this means, right? That blue button. What does that mean? I'm going to paste that. Translate this for me. He's going back to the YouTube video now because right now he's not hearing me. Text in the image translates from Dutch to English as add a language. Sam Lazar says he's used to changing clients, something or other. This is topic 2 regarding the keyboard. So any comments regarding this pursuit should be done there. I think he probably did that on Read Chat Please, which is a lot of stuff there. So let me go catch up with that. Yeah, that's where he's said that. Used to changing clients' computers from English US to English Australian. Back up to the top. Let me catch up with these read chats. Got that. Jim, even if you had to restore the MBR image, you could format the drive in GPT, then just restore. Yes, that's right. And I've done that many times. Thank you for mentioning that. I didn't even stop to think about that. Show you some points for that. Good point. Yeah, so even though the image backup, well, now the image backup was made with that backup software that we downloaded that I'm not familiar with. So, and it was a free version. So is it able to restore a single partition? Greg, could you unmute yourself and remind me what that software was?
It's called Aomi.
Aomi, were you nodding your head yes that you can restore an individual partition?
I believe so.
Okay, great. All right, thank you for that. You can go ahead and back to mute. I'm going to catch up with these other read chat please messages. Thank you. Lee Huxham, could be a resource issue. I think he's probably referring to how slow that's running. Any comments that you want to make regarding the Windows upgrade? Just type a 1 space and then whatever your comment is. That way your messages get on that topic. If you want to comment on the Bluetooth issue, do 2 space and then whatever you want to say. And I'm notified of those just as well as the read chat please that you're used to. Rand Israel says you too can open Notepad on his desktop and communicate there. Yeah, that was a good idea. Well, there's also the chat window for my remote control software we could have talked through. Sam Lazar just joined. Windows spacebar. What was he suggest? Oh, that's a question mark. I don't see Windows spacebar doing anything for me, so I don't know what that was going to be for, or if it was even correct. Rand Israel, that option may change regional settings, but not display language. Zender Vanderhoven said it's on Dutch, and it's on Dutch. Log out. Yeah, so I think we need to log out and log in again. If you haven't noticed that yet, Pavel, I think that's what we need is to have you log out and log in again. And once he hears me that I said that, I think I'll be able to see that he's restarting. When spacebar changes keyboard. But I just tried Win spacebar on my computer and it's not doing anything. That might be because I don't have any alternate languages installed. I'm used to changing clients. Yeah, Win spacebar changes keyboard layout. Keyboard layout or language? Keyboard layout is going to give me different functions on keys. Is that going to change? I want to see a change in the words that are displayed on the settings screen. I'm not trying to change the keyboard layout, I don't think. I want to change the Windows language. Must I restart? He's asking in chat. Yes, go ahead and try restarting, please. Yeah. Well, you all saw that in the chat window, but down the bottom right corner of his screen. So you should have heard me respond to that. All right. Yeah, I got through all of those. Let's take a look at topic panel. Have I got through everything? Got some socials to get to. There's a new message on Bluetooth. Greg M, I've changed Windows keyboards and it has not taken this long to download those files. Yeah, I'm not sure that, and I kind of feel like it was wanting us to restart, and I didn't know that because I wasn't able to read. So here I'm showing 32 minutes. So this is not the restart yet. We should see this number change once he's on the uphill side of restarting. Go check on the social. Z Minor, let's party. Chris Garrett, hello. And Jamie, Unbothered Avocado. Says, hi, Josh. Hi, Rick. Hi, Lee. Hi, Doug. Hi, Ken. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Greg. Hello, everyone. Now, why did her message get put onto topic S? Well, it's because she said, hi, Doug. If you say anything that sounds like a greeting to me, this AI designed program, it's an algorithm, it's a program, but it was AI designed, is programmed to capture several different social contexts. If you were to just put my name, if you were talking about me to somebody else, it's not going to pick that up, or it's not supposed to pick that up. If you say, hi, Doug, hello, Doug, what's up, Doug, things like that, I think it's going to catch you into this topic as. So that just tells you a little bit more about this setup. So now we have 10 seconds, 12 seconds. Rebooting. We don't have a remote control session button available yet. This button will become available even before he logs into Windows, because we made the remote connection using system level connection. But I'm going to give him some time to actually get logged in before I connect. Because at his login screen, it would potentially display whoever else in his household. Now you see that this counter started over again. So by this time, he should be seeing the login screen. And I can click over here to Greg's computer and see what's going on there. Modern setup host, still showing numbers. I'm kind of tempted to restart that. While we're here, I'm going to go ahead and grab a screenshot of that. And let's see, we had a chat running last week for this Windows 11 upgrade. Let's see if I can tag on to that chat. June 20th, that would have been. Yeah. Okay. Oh, here we go. We've got it. It just came up. I was about to go research this. I was going to go complain to Gemini that it's taken a long time. And here we have a restart message. Greg, you can unmute. He's looking for, oh, I got to let go of the mouse. Okay.
There you go.
There you go. I could have unmuted you. Right. All right. So yeah, it's ready to restart now. If we just, if we weren't here at the computer, it would automatically restart in another 28 minutes. So we're going to click restart now. Now this is doing a in-place upgrade to Windows 11. What I have found is that if I am connected using my remote connection, it will not survive the Windows 11 upgrade. If it's a computer that I have already configured for unattended remote connection, then I would be able to reconnect to it. So I have many times remotely upgraded client computers when there's nobody there. But I know that when it finishes installing Windows 11, my remote connection is not automatically going to come back. So when doing that, there's a technique that I have used for accomplishing this. We're going to say restart later, and I'm going to demonstrate that technique. And we no longer see that update service up here. I'm going to close that one. Now with Zoom, yeah, I think I'm going to close Zoom and the browser. We can close that. Don't have to, but I'm going to. And when the computer restarts, Greg, last time you did this icon, and I don't think that actually did the passcode for you, did it?
I don't believe so.
But you did double click on this icon
Right.
to get connected? Okay. Let's do this. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to do new text document. Zoom passcode. No, I'm not going to display it for the trolls out there. I'm going to open that. And I'm going to put the Zoom passcode right here, but I'm going to take that off of the broadcast to type that in. So Greg, when you restart, you can simply open that file and grab the passcode from there, okay?
Okay.
Or maybe you just write it down on paper rather than opening the file. That would be fine too. So then I'm taking that off of screen and then putting in that. So just give me a, we'll save that. So you saw that there, Greg, right?
Yep.
Okay, then we'll close that. And I'm going to double check to make sure that I remembered that correctly. Yes, I did. And there were no capital letters in that. Okay. I'll leave that screen there. Come back to Greg's computer. And I'll close this too. So what I like to do when I'm doing a remote upgrade is I'd like to have my remote connection ended before the computer actually restarts. But if I come here to the start menu and click restart, from here, I'm not going to have an opportunity to end the remote session. So the way I deal with that is Windows key R. Hopefully I'm going to remember this. No, not restart, shutdown. Command is shutdown. /R tells it that I want to restart. /T is for timeout. And I'll say 20. So that's going to take 20 seconds before it actually restarts. That's enough time for me to end the remote connection. Now, Greg, when this restarts, you were watching the video in Zoom through this computer. Do you have the YouTube show on another device available to you right now?
No.
Okay, because this restart's going to take a while because it's actually performing the upgrade. And that's fine with me. When you come back in, you're back in. And we'll be able to see you on my log me in screen and in chat.
So after it's finished doing the install, it should be at the normal desktop.
Yeah, it should be at the normal desktop with Windows 11 installed.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm about to do is to click the OK button, then I'll come right up here and right click to end the remote session. All right, so here we go. Goodbye, Greg.
Okay.
Then right click here and you see right there, you're about to be signed out. That's going to take 20 seconds, but I just ended the remote session and he's actually still visible on Zoom through that computer. Yeah, so I'm broadcasting you now. Now there we just lost him into the ether. You saw him just dissolve, fade, fall back into the ether. Okay, so now let's go see what's going on with Commendatore. And let's see, so Greg's probably going to be coming back into Zoom before the remote session. His remote session is ended. And I should, as a matter of routine, I should actually bring up the screen before, for my eyes only, before I broadcast what's on his screen. So I'm minimizing things on his screen. So that was all about just getting to English. Okay, looks like we have English here. I'm going to try Windows key I to get to settings, see if we have English there. No, we don't. Should already have upgraded English showing here. Here's English in Dutch. Okay, I'm going to go take a closer look at those read chat messages. Let's see, that's social. Hello, Chris Garrett. And Bluetooth, it wasn't there. It was on here. Classic Shell, if that's is what they have installed, probably will not work on Windows 11. Yeah, that's a good point. The shell might not work. Classic Shell has not been maintained for years. Domain, I should already have upgraded to OpenShell. Should have already upgraded to OpenShell. Okay, I think he's saying they should have, or we should have, before upgrading to Windows 11. And is there a read chat message? Move to the bottom. Yeah, I've already seen all of that. I think I caught everything. Yeah. Okay, but it looked like the accessory center was English, and that's really what we care about, isn't it? Add a new device. Just see and wait. We'll probably still domain 2000. I think he was talking about the Windows issue. Yeah, he thinks it will still work. Okay, reorienting myself to the keyboard issue. Took a little while for Gemini to switch back to that screen for me. Scroll back to where I was. Here. Okay, refreshing my memory. HPAC Accessory Center, we want to get to settings, updates, check now. Software should immediately detect the keyboard via the dongle connection. So here we're on add new device, HP Accessory Center, we're there. So adding the keyboard. And it was none of these. Here's clicking right arrow to get to the right one. I think it was 900 something, 970 keyboard, 970 series. Oh, but we had already added it. That's the Bluetooth. Here's the dongle. Oh yeah, that's why I was wanting to get English, is to see how to get to the let's see how to get to pushing the update, settings, updates, check now. But that should be in HPAC. The software should immediately detect the keyboard. Keyboard's already detected. Settings, updates, check now within HPAC. Okay, so Alt Tab, because I think we still have that open, HPAC settings. Okay. There's connections. Settings, updates, check now. Oh, here's updates. Let's maximize that, see what else is on that top menu. There's updates. Firmware. All your currently devices are up to date. Firmware availability was last checked June 27th at whatever time that is. So firmware update is already there. Now let's get to the Bluetooth connection and understand what is not working for him there. Here we have the 970 series keyboard. So what do we do next to deal with the issue? All right, Greg M, I'll go check on that. Drop down on the right, over to the right, there's a drop down. Right now it shows Dutch. Let's try to get that, because that would be useful to be on English. See, this says English here. I'm not seeing the word Dutch. Here's languages available. Over to the right, there is a drop down. Right now it shows Dutch. This does not show Dutch. This shows English. The region settings are Netherlands and whatever that is. That's not the word Dutch. These are drop down menus, but we don't need to change currency or time. This is language up here. So, Greg M, I don't understand what you're where you're seeing a drop down that says Dutch. That says English. I'm giving him a little bit of a time here to reply. That one that Pablo just pointed to, that's not a drop down. That doesn't look to me like it is the language. I see you, Greg. Thank you. Let's go ahead and stay on mute for a little bit. Yeah, so I'm not seeing another update from Greg M. On the screen you were on before, it showed verb. On the screen you were on before. Okay. Lots of screens that I was on before. That doesn't quite give me enough specifics. How about if I just go to the parent level here? There's something here that has a drop down that says Dutch currently. I don't see any drop downs. I don't see why we'd be concerned about the region or the time zone. All of these take us into some other screen. Verb. He says on this down here, he says on the screen you were on before, it showed verb. I'm not seeing that. I'm kind of stalling for Greg to. I don't know if Greg is taking guesses here or if he knows what I need to do. If you're taking guesses, Greg, I would prefer you to let me know that so that I can just pursue using my methods.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was referring to Greg M. Sorry, in chat.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so let's take another screenshot here. And I'm going to ask Gemini. Okay. And a little dictation here. Do I have the settings right for English? I'm still not seeing English after we restarted the computer. I gotta remember to paste that screenshot because sometimes I forget to do that. Gemini responds, I don't think you gave me the screenshot you were intending to. You have the settings configured exactly right, Doug. I just heard a cash register, but I didn't see a message come up. I do topic panel, that was on Bluetooth. I'm gonna go see what you're saying. What does the ... show at the end of the line for English DO? Oh, this right here. Those choices right there are probably the same as on this menu because I think these two choices here are just showing installed languages. And up here, it tells us which language we have. So I'm going to go back to Gemini because it's saying that I have everything right. Look at the screenshot, Windows, yeah, whatever. Display language is correctly set to English, and English is at the very top of preferred languages list. So those two language choices, those are the preferred languages list. If Pavel restarted the computer and the settings app is still showing up in Dutch, Windows is being stubborn, failing to apply the language pack system-wide. This happens occasionally, but we can force Windows to obey. Oh, just obey. Here, or behave is what his phrase is. Here are the 3 best ways to force the English language pack to apply during your live stream. Force applied to system accounts, best bet. Sometimes Windows changes the language for the user but gets stuck because the underlying system and welcome screen are still in Dutch. We can use the buttons at the very bottom of Pavel's screenshot to override this. Buttons at the very bottom. Under extra settings section, have him click copy button next to yada yada. This will pop up on a classic older looking Windows control panel window, the region dialog box. At the bottom of that small window, there are 2 check boxes. Have him check both of them. They apply the current language to the welcome screen and the system accounts and new user accounts. Click OK, and Windows will likely prompt for one more restart. This forces the system into English. Check for a stuck download. I think that actually might be what we got going on here. It's possible the language pack says it's installed, but a piece got stuck in the downloading in the background. Check the 3 dots to the right of English in the list. Whatever. Check if there are any buttons on that next screen that say download. Okay. That sounds like we need to be here and see if any of those say download. Paste that screen. Do any of these options say download? Greg, you could go ahead back to the link in the YouTube video and do the remote connection.
You speaking to me, Doug?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless, did we put a DougBetts remote icon on the desktop for that computer? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So go back to the description of the YouTube video and do that remote support link.
Okay.
Okay. And then go ahead and mute yourself again, please. All right. So what this says, no, none of those options say download. So we don't need to do download. To find the download buttons I mentioned in the previous step, you are on the right track. You just need to click on that top option. Yeah, it will take you to the new screen specifically for English language. Okay, let's check that. Here, this Taloptes. Specifically for the English language pack, that's a screen where you should look for any missing pieces that might have buttons saying download. So I'm going to have to do another screenshot because I don't know if that says download. Do any of these say download? Everything is screen is showing fully downloaded and ready to go. Every single item down the right side says gain, which translates perfectly to installed. This is actually great news because it means English is 100% on the computer. Since we can rule out stuck download, Windows just being stubborn about applying it, highly recommend the first trick. Back to the main language screen, scroll to the bottom, find that word, click copy, small box. Okay, try that. So going to the previous screen, click up here at that parent level, scroll to the bottom, looking for something that looks like extra IntelliGen regional. Here's IntelliGen. I know I'm butchering the pronunciation. I'm kind of feeling like it's in there, so I'm going to give a screenshot of that. Is it one of these choices? None of these specifically match what you said I should look for extra settings, as far as I can tell. Well, that's responding. I'm checking to see if, yeah, there's Greg waiting for the remote connection. And Greg, you just click on the affirmative buttons, whatever they might be. There might be 1, 2, or 3 of them. Middle of your screenshot, you will see the extra bold, extra IntelliGen. Look at the very first item under that. The text says that. Click the button on the far right that says that. Once you click that button, the classic Windows region dialog box will pop up. Just check the 2 boxes at the bottom of that new window, click OK and restart. So it is doing the word region. And I thought region settings would just be for currency and time and so on. If you look just below under that, you will also see Windows Backup option I mentioned earlier. Click that Windows Backup button to make sure his old laptop isn't syncing its Dutch language preferences over. What? You will also see the Windows Backup option I mentioned earlier. I don't remember everything you mentioned earlier. Okay, well, that's saying if it doesn't work. So we'll just go see if this works first. Greg, I'm clicking another button that might result in a prompt for you. Okay, very first one. This one. Upper right, you will see the bold heading Extra IntelliGen. I don't see that. You'll see the bold heading. Look at the, if you look in the upper middle of your screenshot, you will see the bold heading Extra IntelliGen. I don't see that. The text says exactly HUIDIGE here. Okay, that's a match. That's a match to this bit right here. I see that, Ren Israel. I think I'm on the same track of what you're saying. Click the button on the far right that says this. Okay, good. Once you click that button, the classic Windows region dialog box will pop up. It did not. I got a check mark. Just check the 2 boxes at the bottom of that new window, click OK and restart. This did not function as you described. Gemini. Once you click that, the classic region box, it did not. Paste the screenshot. When I clicked that button, I did not get the Windows region dialog box. It just put a check mark on that item. Good golly, Miss Molly, we haven't even got to, it says check the other one too. CV Minor says. Yeah, we haven't even started working on the Bluetooth issue. What the real issue is, we just got verification that the firmware is up to date. Let's go. I'm going to jump over to Greg because I think Greg is, we're probably finished with his issue, and we can let him go if we have, because we still got ways to work with Pavel. So yeah, Greg just unmuted. Thank you. And let's get you full screen. Minimize your zoom. I've got the mouse. Minimize these. There's two chat windows here for my remote connection. And that's because I was connected in a previous session and that was informing him of that. So yeah, here we have Windows 11, 25H2. And looks like you're good to go. Was there anything else we needed to do for you, Greg?
No, I just went under updates. There's a couple of updates to do.
Yeah, and that menu system is working. Your Windows shell is working. So Windows update. It's normal after doing the in-place upgrade that can be other updates, and that wasn't getting me to it. So I'll do settings shortcut. Could have done Windows key I, Windows update, and I'm just going to show that there are other updates. I'll leave it to you to do those updates. Oh, this is a preview update.
Yeah, and then there's two or three under the advanced options.
Okay. Optional updates for framework preview, and those are both preview updates.
Right.
So some people like to routinely install them. I choose not to, and I don't care to argue the merits either way. It's a person's
I haven't
choice.
had any problems. I install them when they come up.
Yeah. Well, I think if there were any problems that ever occur, it's probably a very, very low percentage. And so your chances of winning the lottery is probably higher than encountering a problem with installing preview updates.
Oh, so I should go out and buy a lottery ticket?
Yeah. If you, well, no, I should see, I don't typically install those, which means I probably have higher chance of winning the lottery. But you are installing them. You're taking the more conservative approach. I don't know if that reasoning is right. So, Greg, I think we're finished. Thank you very much for letting us do this on the live stream. I appreciate it very much.
I want to thank you.
All right. I will let you go then. We'll shut down Zoom and have a great rest of your day.
You too, and thank you again.
You're welcome. All right. Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, so I punched up my camera, ending the Zoom session, and then ending the remote connection to his computer. Make sure I end it for the correct one. Yeah. Okay, so now let me go see what other comments might be in chat. Control panel region. That is the Bluetooth issue. Topic 1, is there anything there? Check the other one also. Yeah, Zavi Minor, I think you meant that to be on topic 2. Now here's an issue that when Zavi put that in, he didn't see any display anywhere about which topic is which. And that's why I originally created this topic panel. Well, I actually originally did the crawl at the bottom, but here you can see the name of the topics. But that seemed to be kind of a nuisance to have something displayed all the time. So that's still a work in progress, trying to figure out a convenient way to give you a consistent display about what the topic numbers are. So there are no others that I need to check in on. So let's go look at Pavel's computer. And the instructions from Gemini. See what happens. Result of, instead of opening that old region box, somebody said to check mark the other one as well. Click the second button. Okay. And then restart the computer. Final boss Windows backup. Still in Dutch. Okay. Got it. So the second one. And Zavi Minor saying the other one. And he did topic 2 that time. And there it is. And then we need to restart the computer. So close this. Close this. So that's just going to give us English, is all this, what we've been trying to get accomplished here, and then work on the Bluetooth. So Pavel, when it gets restarted, go ahead and start the remote connection again. You know what? Let's do something here for you though. Let's make that a little bit easier. Come up here and calling card. Install calling card. Come back to your desktop. And that's going to put an icon right here on your desktop. So when you double click that icon, it'll start the remote connection much easier. Let's see. And also we can do similarly for getting back to the YouTube show is let's make that bigger. youtube.com/LWTDB/live. So this desktop shortcut will get you to my live show. Anytime that I'm doing a live show, this will take you to it. If I've only scheduled it, if I've scheduled the live show and it hasn't started yet, this will take you to that. So I'm going to double click that and be sure it works. And yes, there it is. Then I'll close that, minimize this. So Pavel, after you get restarted, you've got an icon on the desktop now to start the remote connection, and you've got an icon on the desktop to get back to YouTube. Here's the DougBetts remote. And Pavel, on your other computer, your older laptop, you said that you have the DougBetts remote, but it's not the DougBetts V26. You have the older version, and it could cause you some odd symptoms of it trying to automatically open. So on your other computer, I want you to uninstall it. To uninstall it, well, I do Windows key R and then appwiz.cpl, enter. And that'll get into your list of programs. Find the DougBetts remote. It won't say V26 on your old laptop. So you click on that one and choose uninstall, because we do not want you using that one. It just has a weird symptom. Okay, so Pavel, if you are if you're up to speed with me, just go ahead and grab the mouse and move it up and down, and go ahead and restart the computer. You're moving it up and down is like nodding your head yes. Okay, I think that's up and down. Yeah, go ahead and restart it, and I'm taking your computer off the screen while you do that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, check topic panel. There's a Bluetooth comment. Yeah, check the other one and restart. So after the restart, we're going to go to trying to fix the Bluetooth. The computer is restarting now. Give me the next steps for fixing the Bluetooth keyboard problem. The keyboard is currently connected using the USB dongle, and we have verified that there are no firmware updates for the keyboard. Give me the next steps. Here's my live participants crawl across the bottom. Shows who's been interacting within the last 5 minutes. There's Carrie Holzman, Frosty Winnipeg, Zavi Minor is showing your points for this show, and his opponent showing your points for lifetime totals. Phil Stodd, Robert, excuse me. And that's all the people who have been in chat, giving a chat message within the last 5 minutes. And I can also show that on a panel view. Let's see, I'm going to go check my background for that. Put a background dark on that, gray. Let's see, make the foreground different colors. Yeah, but I'm not real happy with that. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Fingers crossed that boots up in full English for you. Since you verified via the dongle, firmware is already up to date. That's actually great. Plot twist, it rules out a firmware mismatch. This tells us with 100% certainty that the endless Bluetooth loop is caused by a corrupted software handshake between Windows 11's Bluetooth cache and the HP accessory. I don't know that we have seen the endless Bluetooth loop. I think it's grabbing that from what this known bug is, and we don't know that that is Commendatore's issue. Commendatore. I gotta roll the R, right? Now that you have the remote connection established in the UI in English, hopefully, here's the exact sequence to force a clean Bluetooth handshake. Now, don't do it yet, Commendatore. Disconnect the dongle and clean slate. Right now, Windows and the app are confused because the keyboard has been trying to connect multiple ways. We need to wipe its memory. So what we're going to do, not yet, we're going to unplug the USB receiver, go to Settings, Bluetooth Devices, look for the 970 keyboard in the list. We're going to have to turn Bluetooth on first. If it is there, click 3 dots next to it and select Remove Device. So we're actually going to remove it for, well, we're in the Bluetooth and devices. Are we removing it as a USB device? Reset the HP Accessory Center app, likely caching that endless loop error. We need to clear its brain without completely uninstalling it. Again, I don't know that that's the error that he's experiencing. Settings, apps, installed apps. Search for the HP Accessory Center, 3 dots next to it, select Advanced Options. Click Terminate button to kill any background processes. Click Repair, wait for the check mark. Reset. Step 3, HPAC first pairing method. This is the most crucial step. Usually users pair a keyboard in Windows settings first, then open the app. We need to do the exact opposite, so the app takes control of a handshake. So at this, whoops, it's had us uninstall it, remove the device, the Bluetooth device, and do a repair reset of the HP Accessory Center. I know many of you have already comprehended all what we need to do. It takes me a little bit longer while I'm running a show and thinking about all the stuff going on here. The HPAC first pairing method usually pairs the keyboard. We need to do the exact opposite. So we're going to go to Accessory Center before pairing it with Windows. Put the HP 970 keyboard into Bluetooth pairing mode. Press and hold the button, the 1 or 2 button on the keyboard for about 3 seconds until the light starts flashing rapidly. So I want you to pay real close attention to that one, Pavel, that you're going to hold that button down until you see the light start flashing when we get to that point. Inside the HPAC app, add new device. The app should now detect the flashing keyboard and guide you through the native pairing process. Because the app's cache is wiped and Windows has no memory of the keyboard, this sequence forces HPAC to create a brand new clean Bluetooth token. It should lock right in without kicking you back to the Windows screen. And somewhere, unplug. This was the part here, unplug the USB receiver. Okay, so I've got that on the screen to the right, and here we're bringing up Pavel's YouTube. We're going to pop out chat with that arrow there before it starts giving us the picture-in-picture mirroring effect. Make it bigger so that we can get to it easily. And then we'll minimize YouTube. We don't want to pause the video because he's hearing me through that. And I'm going to go Windows key I to get to settings, see if we have English. No, we do not. Good golly, Miss Molly. All right, can we make our way through this without getting English? Got English there. We've already been told that this is all what it's supposed to show. This didn't stick. Check marks. I'm not going to restart again because there's something just not right about this. Let's change here. I do not have high expectations for this. See, once the 2 languages are installed, you should be able to switch back and forth between them without restarting. Closing that screen, reopen it. No, all right. I'm gonna bail on that. So the steps that they've given us here, this is fun. Unplug the USB unifying receiver. Right now, that's how he is interacting with the computer. And then it wants us to go to Bluetooth and devices. How would you do that when you've just disconnected the keyboard and mouse? We can do it because I'm connected remotely. And I can't ask him to confirm that he's unplugged the USB transceiver because he can't type. So let's go try. Wait a minute. Did those show up in English? Yeah, those show up in English. Did we get English? I think we did. I'd like to see the dongle. I think this is going to be my best bet here to see this listing jump. I can't tell which one it is. Okay, commentatori, please go ahead and disconnect the USB transceiver. You should still be able to hear me after you've done that. We should be able to see at least device manager respond somehow. Now there's a little bit of delay before he hears me make that request. I think this is where I'm going to be able to see it. Should be able to. I don't have any way for him to confirm it. I just saw something flash out of the right corner of my eye. I haven't seen it flash on broadcast. Why is that? Oh, because I'm showing my screen. Ah, that's why we're seeing English. Ay, caramba. I should have had this device manager open. Okay, so here's how we'll confirm that. Commentatori, he should still be able to hear me. Go ahead and plug that USB dongle back in. We should be able to see device manager. See that. We should just see these things pop around, even though I don't have that section opened. Because that'll just give us confirmation that he is interacting. There it is. So that was plugging it back in. Now here up in this keyboards section, do we actually see that? Let's expand a couple of these USB devices. Okay, now disconnect it. Connected, disconnected, make up your mind. Now we just need to see that, have confidence that it is disconnected. There it is. Yeah, so we did lose a keyboard item there. Okay, so it's disconnected now. Such a Doug. So we have unplugged. Go to settings, Bluetooth devices. Look for the 9070 keyboard in the devices. If it's there, 3 dots and remove it. I'm just going to minimize device manager. Here's a 970, 3 dots. I'm going to guess that that is remove it, but it's kind of grayed out. Doesn't look like I can. This is a Bluetooth, but we do want it removed. And it looks to me like it's not going to allow me to remove it. Using Alt-Tab to get back to Device Manager. I'm kind of tempted to uninstall maybe even both of these. Let's see where I can move this to. It's kind of sluggish moving this around. Oh, I want this. I want to get both of these windows on the screen at the same time. So down to medium size, I hold down the Windows key and press left arrow. That makes this window fill up the left side of the screen. And then it gives me choices of windows to be the right side of the screen. Then I'm going to display that menu, Windows key S on Big Beast to capture a screenshot. Then back to Gemini. Paste. I'm going to stop trying to switch to English, and we're just trying to make our way through. You can see here where it appears to not be letting me uninstall the Bluetooth keyboard. That button that appears on that three-dot menu appears to be grayed out, and I assume that is for uninstalling. So I'm also giving you the display of the device manager, contemplating that maybe we should uninstall all of the items in the keyboard section of device manager. See, as a technician back before AI, I would have just gone ahead and done that. But I have found many times that AI will catch me and say, no, that's going to be waste your time. Now, sometimes it's wrong about that, but it has 18 million years of experience that it's drawing from throughout the whole internet. Really? If it's 18 million years, why is it wrong so much? Well, because there's a lot of wrong stuff out there. But still, it has saved me a lot of time. It's also taken me down rabbit holes. I guess that's the right word. That's a smart call, Doug. Yeah. Always trying to do this affirmation stuff. If Windows is fighting a language pack, best to abandon that sign and getting this keyboard paired. I see why it's grayed out. Good news is you do not need to nuke the device manager just yet. Culprit is Bluetooth is turned off. Oh, okay. See, that's simple. Simple choice. That didn't occur to me. If I wasn't live streaming right now, that might have occurred to me. I don't know. So should I read more before I go do it? Scanning. Okay, yeah, I'm scanning through and not reading it out loud. Flip it, yeah. Device manager fallback if needed. So no, we don't need to do that. Okay, that makes sense. We can't uninstall it if Bluetooth system is turned off. I click the button. Try it again. There it goes. So we see device manager refresh again. So this looks like more options. I'm going to guess that's what that says. So I just click on it. That's not a button. I don't think I need to click on the three dot. Turn Bluetooth on, he says, after I've done it. I'm guessing that he said to do that before I did it. Okay, then I think this is the uninstall. Yeah. So, uninstalled. Ay, caramba. Doug, do you always go back to the instructions? Very frequently, depending upon how many things I got in the, how many pots I've got on the stove at the same time. I almost said how many pots I've got in the kettle. Okay, so HPX says back up here, remove the device, reset the accessory center, settings apps, installed apps, HP accessory center. Settings, apps, Oops, wrong mouse. Standard apps, or whatever that is. Let's see if we can recognize HP. Oh, we got English. Am I on the right computer? I don't see a HP Accessory Center, so let's go back and try this one up here. HP Accessory Center. There we go. 3 dots. And then scroll down, click Terminate to kill any background processes. I'm suspecting that right there might be Terminate, because I think that was the same thing we saw for uninstall. That first choice there looks like something about options. Is one of these choices for terminate? Also, what you see going on here is my methodical, cautious, persistent way of doing things. No, the terminate button is not on the specific menu, but in the right place. You're just one click away from it. Here's what these 3 options say. Advanced options, move, uninstall. Your next step, to find terminate, repair, reset options, you need to click that top option. Oh, for advanced options. Once you click that, it will take you to a new page specifically for HP Accessory Center. Since this computer is still in Dutch, show me what those buttons will look like. Okay. So right here for advanced options. Scroll down on the new page to see the buttons you need. We want terminate. B. This one. B indigen is terminate, and then yeah, he's pointing to that. So give me a moment. Click B indigen first to kill the app background processes. Okay. So I think he and I are both fighting over the mouse. How does he have a mouse? He shouldn't have any control right now. This one. Okay, I clicked on it. I'm not seeing anything happen. I've got the correct mouse. I don't think this changed to a gray format. I could see it blink. Okay, so maybe it's just that's all it took to do it. Kill the app's background processes, then click Herstellen down here. And finally, open instellen. I'd sure like to have some kind of confirmation there. But I do see the button depressing. So this is repair. Give a check mark for repair. And then, let's see, first on, and then open instellen. Called out on the next screen. Click Vision, then Herstellen, then finally. Yeah, once let's do all 3 of these to completely wipe its corrupted cache. Okay, so we've done all that. Back to Gemini. We've done all that. Give me the next steps, because I'm too lazy to scroll back up and see what you told me to do next. Yes, you can do that. You are the human. You are the one in control. AI is your servant. Look at this. It understands. When you're on a live stream and juggling remote connection, chat room, foreign language, scrolling back through chat logs, last thing you want to do. I got you covered, man. Now that the dongle is unplugged, the keyboard is wiped from Windows accessories, fresh brain. Here's exact sequence to secure that Bluetooth connection. The app first pairing sequence. So once it's launch the app, do not go to Bluetooth settings yet. Put the keyboard in pairing mode. So to do that, Commendatore, you're going to hold down the Bluetooth 1 button on the keyboard for about 3 seconds until you see the LED light start flashing. We're not going to be able to see that. And then add the device inside the HP Accessory Center app. Click the button. Excuse me. Add new device. Since it's in Dutch, look for something like, thank you for giving me the Dutch words. Complete the handshake. Should now scan. Find the flashing keyboard. Guide you through the native pairing process itself. By forcing the app to initiate the connection rather than Windows, HPAC gets to establish protocol it needs right from the start. You should see it lock in and finally give Pavel all access to all the custom keyboard settings. Okay, I think I got that. Really, Doug? You're going to make that claim? Okay, the HPAC app. I'm clicking the Windows button. And does it show up around here as recent? No. HP Accessory Center. That's the AC. Okay. I'm going cautious now. I'm looking back over at my Gemini on that screen. We have Bluetooth turned on. We're opening the app and agreeing to the terms and conditions, something to do with a home mortgage. Don't worry about it. And at this point, go ahead and put it into pairing mode. So hold down the Bluetooth 1 button for about 3 seconds until you see the light flashing. And because there's a delay before he actually hears me say that, I've got to wait long enough. Maybe we'll see Device Manager in the background kind of do a reset. I'm going to drag this over to the left. About 3 seconds, you want to see the LED light. Add the device in HPAC. Click the button to add new device. Now I see that button. And we're seeing that in English. I don't have any way to get confirmation from him. He did move the mouse earlier, which I was surprised. Maybe, oh, the keyboard's probably a separate. Yeah, I think he bought the keyboard separate from his mouse. So if you are able to move the mouse, just go ahead and move the mouse around. That'll give me confirmation that you've done okay, good. All right, so I got the mouse. And we'll click on add new device. We don't want to wait too long because the pairing mode only lasts a certain amount of time. Okay, so select a new device. We got to select which one. We want keyboard. I was expecting it to automatically sense it. So we got to go check, select it. 987. I'll recognize it when we get to the 900s. I don't like that there's no, it doesn't go any further. Did I? Oh, there it is, 970. Okay, USB receiver. That USB receiver should not be connected at this time. Hopefully that's just there because it was. And this took us to Windows. Let's add new device, complete the handshake, we'll scan, find the flashing keyboard, guide you through native pairing itself. It's hiding here in the background, isn't it? Down here. That wasn't what I expected to see happen based upon the Gemini's instructions. Okay, I'm going to grab a screenshot here. We put the keyboard into pairing mode, and when we clicked on the button here for that model keyboard, it simply opened up that settings window for Bluetooth, which does not seem consistent with what you said was going to happen. Guide you through the native pairing process. You're absolutely right, Doug, and I stand corrected. Yeah, don't you always? That's my mistake. I led you to believe it would handle the pairing entirely inside its own window. Looks like HPC is specifically designed to bounce you over to Windows Bluetooth settings to do the actual handshake. Since it's open that Windows setting right now behind the app is telling us to go pair it in Windows first, and I will watch for it. Now that we have completely wiped the old corrupted cache and ghost devices, clean slate, do next. Go to the Windows settings window. Say that 10 times in a row. Move the HP accessory out of the way. Click on Windows IntelliGen. Add device. Look for the big blue button on the right side that says yada. Select Bluetooth, black box, what kind. Pair the keyboard. Make sure it's still pairing mode. It might not still be in pairing mode. Check HPAC. Yeah, if it's no longer flashing, go ahead and hold down that button again and move the mouse when you confirm that it is in pairing mode. There's delay before he hears me. Well, it's taking us through Windows. If it's not in pairing mode, we'll just ask to do that again. Windows IntelliGen. Here. Bluetooth install. Don't like that it doesn't say the same thing. This is going to be a new window. That's what that arrow means. Is it below? Oh, Windows. Is this Verwanta? Is that in IntelliGen? Click Add Device. That looks like speakers. That looks like computer. Windows IntelliGen. That. Click Add Device. Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing possibilities, but not good enough. I need you to give me better navigation instructions. What you've given me does not match the verbiage on this screen. There's a new comment in Bluetooth. Check on that. Yeah, turn Bluetooth on. I saw that when the notification popped up. You're currently submenu because you are scrolled down. The button was hidden from view. One critical detail at the top of your screen under input, it shows a USB receiver is still connected. Yeah. Commendatory, that was supposed to not be connected. Go ahead and disconnect that USB receiver. You know what? That might be a separate USB receiver for the mouse than the keyboard. I'm gonna assume that it is a separate USB dongle for your mouse, but I'd like for you to go ahead and disconnect it anyway. If I ask you again to move the mouse, then you'll have to plug it back in. But to give us highest confidence, I want you to disconnect that. This is up here where it's that USB receiver right there. But that's kind of grayed out, but it is green. Did it just go away? I think it did. I think it just disappeared. Okay. With Windows sees a dongle, it will prioritize it. Go back to the main menu, deep inside the devices list, back to the main screen where pairing. But I wonder if when the HPAC app took us to Windows settings, it just took us to whatever screen that I had currently opened and minimized. So maybe it didn't take us to the place that we needed to be. Click on Bluetooth, left-hand menu, deep aside, get back to the main screen where pairing button lives. Left-hand menu, Bluetooth and Apparin. There it is. It's right here, which is the parent level. So I could click on it up here for the parent level or click on it over here. Okay. Click Add Device. Once you click that menu option back on the main Bluetooth, top right of that screen, big blue button, Apparin. Right there. Wintermute says blue button. Hey, you know what? I saw this up here, but this one's blue. So both Wintermute and Gemini was saying the blue button, and I almost clicked that other one. Yep, clearly that's the right choice. And this arrow indicates that it's usually going to be a drop down on expansion, but it goes to a different window. That's why I said usually. It's actually a button here, so it took us to a different window, but these arrows are usually toggles that will open up other content underneath. So it is Bluetooth. You need to be in pairing mode. If it's not in pairing mode, commendatory, go ahead and hold that Bluetooth 1 button down. It should be okay to even be putting it in pairing mode while the computer's trying to find it. That needs to be blinking. problem. There it is. So it probably gave us the problem before the Bluetooth pairing mode woke up. Clicking on that one. Oh, it looks like it wants you to type that in on the keyboard. I don't know if you actually did that. And we saw some bouncing around on Device Manager. So this is probably something about finished or done or complete. I'm going to give a screenshot to Gemini so that it can see that it appears that we have succeeded with that. Over here, we don't have anything in, well, over here in Accessory Center, I don't see anything there of confirmation. I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit, give it a picture of all of this. I've had many times where Gemini sees something on the screen that I did not or might have chosen not to include. So I'm kind of in the habit of doing a complete screenshot. Looks to me like that worked. Can you translate that button for me? Because I'm trying to learn the language, right? Oh, we are in overtime. Yeah, Domain 2000 says it's ready for use. It shows. You absolutely nailed it, Gemini says. Button in the bottom right says done or ready. Just to give you a full picture of your victory here. Here's what the rest of that pop-up says. Your device ready to use, connected. Go ahead and click that Gary button to close the pairing window. Once you do, look over at your HP Accessory Center on the right. It should now sync up and drop you right into the keyboard's customization settings, which I think is what he hasn't been able to get to. Okay, so here we go. Clicking the done button. And then I look at the Accessory Center. Trying to drag it over a bit. Domain 2000's given a smartphone translation. That's okay. I don't need that right now. So we're in the add new device. We don't want that. Once you do, look over to Accessory Center, should sync up, drop you right in the keyboard's customization settings. I'm inclined to think this menu button maybe. Select a new device. Yeah, I'm gonna let Gemini chime in on this. The HP Accessory Center is still on the Add Device window. Do I need to navigate to some parent level? The Minor says in Device Manager, expand the Bluetooth. Well, that's not going to get us to the configuration settings, which is the objective. I think all that's going to do is give us a confirmation that it is connected, which is useful. Since we can see in the Windows settings on the left, the keyboard is perfectly connected. Even reading the battery level at 100%. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Battery level up here, 100%. The hard part is officially over. Keyboard and best, Windows and keyboard are the best friends. Click the hamburger menu. The hamburger menu. Often, once a device is paired, it quietly drops the name of the keyboard into that sidebar menu. Classic restart if the menu is empty. If it doesn't show up, the app needs to refresh. Just close it and reopen it. Okay. Try the hamburger menu, see if we see a listing in there for the keyboard. No, I don't think so. So let's close the app. And while we're closed here, device Zavi Minora wanted to see Bluetooth in device manager. So there's the HP 970 series. So that gives us an additional confirmation. So now let's go try the HP accessory center. I thought this, at some point during Windows 11, it had a recent. I don't see recents in here. Okay. HP accessory center, enter. Select a new device. Still not seeing it. On the settings button, device connection. Device is currently connected to. See, now I'm just hacking my own way through it. Yeah, I don't see HP Accessory Center showing that connected, which could be the whole problem that Pavel has been having. I'm going to display this screen to Gemini, make it big. I have closed and reopened HP Accessory Center. It still doesn't seem to recognize the keyboard as far as I can tell. Period. What about updates for the Accessory Center? Auto updates weekly. All of your currently connected devices are up to date. Firmware availability last check. And let's see, we are on the settings menu. This 3-dot menu down here just has HP Shop Support and About. Does About give us, yeah, it gives us a version number, device support added. I'm going to give it a screenshot of that. I have seen situations where a software product will claim that there are no updates for it, but we're actually so far out of date that it can't even sense updates anymore. 490, we don't have that. Okay, I'm going to give it a Gemini. I haven't even read Gemini's last response, but I'm going to give it this so it can think about that while I read this. First off, I have to point out massive victory. Look at the bottom right corner of your screenshot in the system tray. It says English. You successfully defeated Dutch language. Really? Yeah, okay. Down here in the bottom right, it says English. Windows key I. Do we get things in English? No, we don't. We don't have English. Yeah, I'm not. I was gonna do a screenshot and say no, you're wrong again, but choose your battles. Haven't defeated anything. Still misbehaving. Or misbehaving. Now back to the final boss. You're completely right. The app is still blind. If it recognized the keyboard, a little keyboard icon would appear on the left-hand menu. Because Windows sees the keyboard perfectly, but HPAC is refusing to acknowledge that the app's background service is failing to read the Windows registry. Here's how to wrap this up and get Pavel across the finish line. Yeah, that's what you think. The service reboot hook. When we terminated and reset the app earlier, we killed its background services. Simply opening the app window sometimes doesn't properly restart the deep background service. It needs the fix. Restart the computer one more time. keep the dongle unplugged. Okay, Pavel, be sure you keep that dongle unplugged. When the PC boots up, Windows will connect the keyboard automatically. HPAC background service will boot up fresh, forcing it to read the current Bluetooth list. I have reasonable optimism about this. Make the executive call, dongle pivot. If the PC restarts, HPAC still refuses. It's time to put on your IT director, make the executive call, plug the USB dongle back in, let HPAC recognize it instantly. Applying to Pavel that is heavily documented fundamental flaw in HP's Bluetooth software on Windows 11. It gives me text to that. And then, let's see if the release notes meant anything. Since you didn't include a message, I'm assuming you pulled up the app's version to see if there was a glaring mismatch. Here are the two biggest takeaways. The app is fully up to date. Invalid date glitch. If you look closely in the dark background, text just to the left of the blue logo. Under firmware, you'll see revealing error message. Firmware availability last checked on invalid date. Last checked. Where is that at? We saw last checked at an earlier state here. Oh, last checked on invalid date. Oh, that's interesting. Well, it says updates are automated. Maybe they're not working. Let's do a check now. Now it's giving us a date. All right. So it might be just because of that refresh thing that we did that it lost the date. So I'm not going to worry about that. Massive smoking gun. No, I don't think so. Okay, so restart the computer. Again. And Pavel, I'm talking to you now, is just keep that dongle disconnected, both of the dongles disconnected. Now the problem is he's might have to do a password when he restarts. And Bluetooth keyboards don't function until Windows gets to a certain point. Is he going to be able to restart it? Well, I'm connected remotely. Okay, Pavel, I don't know if you have another device that you can send me an email. What I'd like to try to do is restart the computer with you keeping both of those dongles disconnected. If you have some other device that you can send me an email, then I can input your Windows password. No, actually, there's another way of doing that. Yeah. Will it automatically authenticate? Yeah, no, I'll continue with that. Yeah, if you can send me an email with your Windows password, if there is one. In fact, let's go a little bit further. I'm going to take this off screen. And I'm going to do this button, and then studio mode. And here. Okay, I'm going to start with signing out of Windows. That's going to inform me as to whether there is a login password or not. So at least that way I know if I need to wait for them. Oh, yeah, there is something because he's actually signing in with a Microsoft account. So it might be a PIN or his actual password that he's using. But there got to be something. So I've just signed out, which means he's not hearing me anymore. Now that wasn't a restart though. Oh, look at that. Oh no, it's going to be a PIN number. Okay, so now I'm doing a restart. So if he can send me his PIN number from a different device, then I would be able to log in. And that way we don't plug in those dongles. Oh, he did. He sent it to me. Very good. Now, bring that back there. So I will be able to sign in. This, him giving me this PIN code does not allow me to sign into his Microsoft account. That PIN code only works on that computer. And I see him in chat saying that he mailed it, emailed it. I got it. I'm responding, and he's connected on his old laptop. Okay. So it looks like it's ready for me to do that. Oh, it also just trying to sign him in with looking at his camera. And it said that it didn't see him. Oops, wrong keyboard. Okay, here we go. Add a new device. Still not seeing it. So Gemini was giving up. No devices connected. When he connects the dongle, USB dongle, don't do it yet, then it should show up in here because it's an HP device, even if it's not Bluetooth. Now, let's go back to Windows key I to get to settings. Keyboard still showing here. And we don't get any of the advanced configuration features that are available in the Accessory Center. But since we kept that dongle disconnected the whole time, it seems like we got as good as we could. When we went into pairing mode, we saw Windows recognize the device. We did not see HP Accessory Center recognize the device. Let's come over to And now we're just, I'm gonna do a little hammering. Select a new device. We know that keyboard model. There's no ambiguity about the model here. Let's see, there's a 960 and a 965, but 970 is his keyboard. Going back here, 970 programmable wireless keyboard. Multi-device dual mode. Those are definitely different numbers. .970 series. So if I click on that one, that just takes us to Windows, and Windows already has it. And this is in the Bluetooth section. So HP Accessory Center does not actually handle pairing at all. The problem is HP Accessory Center is not recognizing the Bluetooth keyboards that Windows has available. We told, okay, let me ask you this. Why would we need to choose which keyboard we have if it's just going to take us to Windows Bluetooth pairing? Let's try don't see your device, see what we get here. Help screen. So this is just their website. Looks to me like it's pretty generic. Okay, I'm going to push Gemini a little bit further. Now you're seeing the side of me as a technician that Doug won't let go of a bone. So I'm going to check and see if I've missed. Yeah, I have. So let's go look and see what you're saying in chat. And we've done that. Ready for use. Smartphone real-time translation helpful. I'm fine with Gemini. I like keeping a record of everything in the Gemini chat. And the device manager, expand the Bluetooth. Yeah, we did that. So we're all caught up on those. I'm going to give it an explanation about the date. When I manually performed an update, the date and time appeared correctly. I think the reason why it had invalid date is because we did that reset and emptied the app's memory. So I'm not worried about that invalid date glitch. That is no longer the case. Period. I'm wondering why the app has us select which model keyboard we're using and then simply takes us to Windows for pairing the keyboard. Why would it bother asking if it is designed to just interact with whatever Bluetooth keyboard is found in Windows? Period. Another thing I'm wondering, What if we were to look for a obsolete version of HP Accessory Center? I've had many times where the most current version of a software product does not work right because of some bug or whatever, but an older version might work. Period. I want you to do deeper research on the internet. Scrub all of the back alleys. Look in every garbage can. See what you can find. All right. And Petra, that is Commendatore, Pavel Novak, Phil Stodd. Those are all the participants that have been in chat within the last 5 minutes. Absolutely spot on. Excellent deduction. You've had just wiped the app's cache. Simply hadn't established a connection. As for your questions, you have touched on some really fascinating quirks, modern Windows. I threw on my digital trench coat. I just lost my mouse. Hey, maybe that means his mouse is working now. And I just swapped for my other mouse. I have 2 mice connected. As for your questions, Windows, I threw on my digital trench coat, scoured the HP forums, Reddit, tech communities, back alleys, Windows app development. Here's exactly what I found. Why this app is just behaving so strangely. Why does HP ask for the model first? Feels incredibly redundant for the app to ask you to click a picture on the keyboard only to immediately kick you out to Windows settings. The reason it does this boils down to Microsoft's strict security sandboxing for Windows 11 apps. UWP limitation. Accessory Center is a universal Windows platform app downloaded from the Microsoft Store. Microsoft does not allow these modern apps to have direct native control over your Bluetooth radio. It's considered a major security risk. The bouncer effect. When you click the picture, you aren't actually pairing it. You're telling HP's background service, hey, I'm about to go to Windows to pair a device. Once Windows is done, I need you to actively listen for a specific hardware identifier that matches the HP 970 and pull it into your dashboard. It asks for the model so it knows exactly which security token to accept. I see your comment, Carrie. Filter keys. We'll try that in a little bit here. I'll read through the rest of this. And no, we haven't tried that already. It asks for the model so it knows exactly which security token to accept when Windows passes the baton back. Problem here is the baton is being dropped. Why does it even need to be told which one? That just seems ridiculous. A deep dive, obsolete version, dug in the community archives, hidden download method is through the store. You can't do that. To actually get an older version, store scraper intercepts. I'm not feeling optimistic about this. The auto update trap. If we spent 20 minutes, auto update quiet in the background. Didn't it have a switch for auto update? What the dark corners of the forums say. Not alone. Consensus among power users. Fundamental conflict between HP's older Bluetooth Energy firmware design and Windows 11 newer Bluetooth security stacks. This is a new keyboard. It is a currently marketed keyboard, as I understand. HP has issued support bulletins about it, but their official fix is exactly what you already tried. Use the dongle to update the firmware. If that fails to bridge the gap, the Bluetooth side of the app is essentially considered bricked by the community until HP pushes a better patch. You've officially done everything right. The software is just broken on HP's end. Okay, so Carrie's idea here, we're certainly going to try it. click on Start, Settings, Accessibility, Keyboard, and toggle the filter keys off. Don't know if you already tried it. Okay, we'll try that. Let's minimize this. Oops, wrong mouse. That's why I didn't respond. Waiting for it. Let's try accessibility here. I'm dealing with the language issue still. No, I think there's a hotkey to get straight to accessibility. Trying the Windows button and then settings. We've got English in here. Let's see, can I recognize accessibility? Oh, I know what I can do for that. It's see where it is on Big Beast. Settings. Oh, there's a spelling Wintermute gives me for it. And third from the bottom, the one that has the person icon. Yeah, right there, which is exactly what Wintermute said. Accessibility, then keyboard. Let's look at the pictures, right? Keyboard. Any of these look like a keyboard? It looks like paint. There's a keyboard. So keyboard, toggle filter keys off. This looks like filter keys right here. It is off. So while people are contemplating what else they might think about that, I'm going to pitch a question to Gemini, giving you all a chance looking at those options on the screen. I'm going to ask Gemini about these options and tell it what we have just pursued here. A viewer on the live stream, particularly, it was Kerry Holzman, if you happen to already know him. I think you do. I spelled or dictated his name with the wrong spelling. I think you'll get over that. But he's recommended go to Start, Settings, Accessibility, Keyboard, and toggle filter keys off. We found that filter keys was already turned off, but I'm wondering about other things on this screen. Could it possibly be useful to toggle other things on and off, or even this filter keys, just toggle on and off? Basically, we're trying to give it a kick in the pants, grasping at straws, because I'm really stubborn with giving up on things. I got to do a paste to give it that image and then submit. Oh, I didn't show you any of that. Silly goose. Here's my prompt. Two weeks in a row of excessive overtime. I am not going to do well on my job review, I'll tell you that. Look, it spelled it right. It fixed the spelling of his name. Because Gemini does know Kerry. First of all, massive shout out to Kerry Holzman. I absolutely know he is a legend in PC repair and tech YouTube space. It's incredibly cool that he was hanging out on your live chat. I think Kerry's been paying. No, he hasn't been paying to Gemini. Kerry's tip to check filter keys is the absolute gold standard when a keyboard is missing keystrokes. refusing to type repeated characters or acting like it's broken. However, it will not help us here, and here's why. Why accessible settings won't fix the app. No, this doesn't mean that it's not. This is Gemini's opinion. The settings on this screen, filter keys, sticky keys, toggle keys, live at the very end of the Windows data pipeline. They intercept your physical keystrokes after the hardware is recognized. Our problem is happening at the very beginning of the pipeline. Yeah, kind of makes sense. HP Accessory Center app is failing to read the Windows Bluetooth registry to enumerate the hardware. Toggling these settings won't send any kind of signal or kick to the Bluetooth radio of the HP app. Important note in screenshot, if you look at the toggles right now, sticky keys and toggle keys are actually turned on. You should definitely slide both of those to off right now. Leaving them on will cause Pavel major headaches when he tries to game or type faster, but it won't fix the HPAC issue. So sticky keys and toggle keys. The real kick in the pants. I love that you're stubborn and refuse to give up. If you want to give Bluetooth Stack a true deep level kick in the pants without restarting the computer, we did restart the computer. Here's exactly how you force Windows to reset its Bluetooth communications. Services MSC. No, I always love going into Services MSC. In the Services window pop-up, scroll down alphabetical list, Bluetooth support service restart. While you're in there, do the exact same thing for device association service. Restarting those two core services completely reloads the Windows Bluetooth stack. In the background, if the HPAC app is sitting there waiting for a signal, this is the hardest kick you can give it to force to wake up and see the keyboard. Okay. Is this going to be the last thing Doug's going to try? You know, there are those websites that let you place a bet on anything. You could go do that. Windows key R services.msc. We know we have a misbehaving computer because it's partially changed the language, but not changed it everywhere. That seems not right. Bluetooth. Support service. Right click. Restart. And then device association. So I'm just going to press the letter D. That gets me down to the first thing that begins with the D. And then device association service. Right click, restart. All right, don't close that. Close HP Accessory Center, reopen it. Yeah, I was just taking a take. There's quite a delay. Takes a while for my clicks and keyboard to get all the way to Amsterdam. He's outside of Amsterdam, as I understand. Now, oh, I think I clicked the Windows button already, but it's giving me the bubble, so maybe not. Oh, look there. HP Support Assistant. No, we don't want Support Assistant. That's not what it's called. Accessory Center. HP space A. At this point, H was probably enough because Windows knows we were recently there. Oh, do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Na, 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 na. Oh, are you kidding me right now? I'm giving you a chance for you to look around the screen. See if you see what I see. Wow. I hope I'm right. Really do. Nobody said anything in chat with the number 2 space. What do you see? Could it be? Still, I know I've given enough of a delay for somebody to respond in chat. All right, up here in the upper left. What does that thing look like? That looks like a keyboard to me. 970 series keyboard. Connect up to 3 points. There's a VSAS keyboard icon. Is there that much of a delay? Connect up to 3 devices. Next. Backlight. Tell us what you can do with the backlight. And next. 24 customizable keys. I believe this is probably what he was wanting. See all those things that are shown in that blue overlay? That would be the 24 customizable keys. Done. Here's all of his assignments. So I'm going to go, I got to go rub this in to Gemini. Well, rub it in, really? No, I guess not, because this wasn't my idea. This was Gemini's last straw punch. Restarting those services worked. Period. In all of your deep research, did you find anything suggesting that anywhere? So for all of you who tease me about not giving up, going too deep, Carrie Osmond says, great job. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Aye. Look at that glorious screenshot. Yeah, see, I pushed Gemini. Yeah, Gemini came up with the answer, but I pushed it. And that's it. Gemini or any AI, it's a tool. Learn how to use your tools. You can get better results. If you don't learn how to use your tools well, you're not going to get great results. I count this a great result. Restarting services is something that I've done in other environments, but usually when I find documentation for that. Look at that glorious screenshot. Absolutely best site you could ask for right now. Your stubbornness officially beat the software, and you got Pavel back exactly what he wanted. To answer your question with complete candor, no, I did not find that specific documented anywhere in HP forums or Reddit threads regarding this app. In all the research I did on the HP 970 HP accessory, the vast majority of users who hit this exact Bluetooth wall simply gave up. The official advice usually halted at update the firmware or just use the dongle. So what you're telling me is this is something HP does not know to advise people to do. Here's why I suggested it and why it ultimately worked when the manufacturer's own documentation failed. Carrie Holzman, if you're interested, I completely would be happy if you publish a video with this. I am not going to take the time to put out a specific video on this. I don't have time to do that, but I think you have a little more time available. If you want to do it, hey, you got my blessing. Why I suggested why it ultimately worked when the manufacturer's own documentation failed. The old school Windows trick work, or in any of the other YouTubers that you're associated with, if you want to pass it on to them to do. That fix didn't come from a manual or HP Accessory Center. It comes from foundational old school Windows IT troubleshooting. Here's what was happening behind the scenes. The stalled notification when you pair a Bluetooth device sends out a one-time device arrival broadcast to the rest of the operating system. HP background service is supposed to hear that broadcast and load the keyboard. The missed connection, because the app was glitched earlier, it missed that one-time broadcast. Windows was never going to send it again because as far as Windows was concerned, the keyboard was already connected, working perfectly. The forced broadcast, restarting the Bluetooth service support, device association service is the equivalent of rebooting the Windows Device Manager's communication tower, but apparently restarting the computer didn't accomplish that. It forced Windows to drop the connection, re-inventory its hardware, broadcast that device arrival notification all over again. This time, the freshly reset HP app was awake, listening, and finally caught the signal. You and Carrie Holzman were exactly right. We're exactly on the right track, looking for a way to give the system a kick in the pants. You just had to kick the operating system's foundation rather than the accessibility settings. Incredible job sticking with us on livestream, Doug. You just created a documented fix for anyone else who runs into this exact software bug. All right. I think we are done. Commendatory, did that solve the problem that you're having? Let me make sure. Because you should be able to type now. So you should be able to type in chat. And go ahead and take it over. It's your computer. You have the computer. As a pilot, instructor in the other seat, it's your plane. That's the way we hand off. You have the plane. And then the person's got to say, I have the plane. And then there's got to be a three-way thing. You have the plane. So however you're standing, if you're giving the controls to the other person, you got to say that. They've got to repeat it. And you've got to repeat it again. There's got a three-way thing. I see him clicking around. So I'll give him a chance to get into chat and say, yes, that did it. Because I gotta be sure that is what he needed. Maybe it's not. Where do I want to go for that? Let's bring chat display up. Let's see. Move down, accessibility, keyboard icon. Carrie Holzman says, great job. Thank you, my friend. And commendatory, since he's not, I don't think he's been a regular around. Let's go. Yeah, there he says it works. That's Petra Magda. Is commendatore, aka Pavel Novak. Novak. I think that's the right way to say it. Superb. Phil Stodd, Sam Lazar sent a follow-up email regarding my question about AUD pricing during the week. I believe I saw that, but I don't think it's urgent for me to go to that now. Alice, 3-hour show, good going. Pablo, aka commendatory. I think Petra Magdad is somebody else. Somebody else's channel. Now, when he originally, I've got a little bit more background to tell you about Pavel. Here's a video that we did with him back on down in the bottom left corner. You see that was September 14th, 2024. Almost 2 years ago, we worked with him about his YouTube channel was taken down. Commentatory has been removed from YouTube. Your channel violated our community guidelines policy. So we spent time with him back then. Now I found this in because all of my shows are locally recorded, and I had a note somewhere that showed me what the date was. So I don't know where that, what the title of that show is from September 14th. I don't currently have the episode number. Pavel, did you ever get that channel back? Let's get that response from you in chat and then put this thing to bed. Yeah, he says it was removed. So no, I don't think he ever got it back. He never got it back. Yeah. We were trying to figure out why, and we couldn't find it. He he wasn't a content creator. He was just a channel interacting with other channels. Somehow he got the boot. After Commentatore, I created Petra Magda channel. Okay, so that is his ID now. And then let's check. Yeah, you're already a moderator. All right, I'm out of here. Have a great weekend, everybody. Here's the email address. And Sam Lazar says, if you have any updates, email back so I can reply. Gotcha. And that'll do it. I'm out.
That's all, folks.
Tune in. Today is a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you dream. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts or simply where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Tune in, days a week, for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you've dreamed. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts or simply more deeply VB, where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme.